Imagine telling someone in 2005 that in 20 years, a 7'1" center would be bringing the ball up the floor, a power forward would be running the offense, and point guards would routinely take 25 shots a night. Now, they'd probably laugh at you, right? For decades, the point guard had one job: control the game, set up your teammates, limit mistakes, and be an extension of the coach on the floor. You had guys like Magic Johnson, John Stockton, Jason Kidd, Steve Nash, Chris Paul. These players weren't judged primarily by their points. They were judged by assists, pace, decision-making, and leadership. But somewhere along the way, that job description completely changed. Today's elite point guards are expected to score 30 points, shoot from 30 feet, create their own offense, and still orchestrate everything else. And so what happened, right? How did the NBA go from pass-first floor generals to score-first superstars? And is the traditional point guard actually gone? Or has the position simply evolved? For most of NBA history, positions had clear responsibilities. Centers protected the rim, power forwards battled inside, small forwards were versatile wings, right? Shooting guards scored, point guards ran the offense. The point guard's success wasn't measured by points, it was measured by control. Take John Stockton. He's still the NBA's all-time leader in assists and steals. He rarely dominated headlines because he wasn't chasing scoring titles. His goal was to put teammates in the best positions to succeed. Then there was Steve Nash. Nash won back-to-back MVP awards while averaging 15 to 18 points per game. Today, those scoring averages wouldn't even place a guard among the league's top offensive threats. But Nash's value came from elevating everyone else around him. His vision, pace, and decision-making made the entire offense even more dangerous. Jason Kidd was another example. He often flirted with triple-doubles despite not being an elite scorer early in his career. His greatest weapon wasn't his jumper. It was his ability to see plays before they developed. The best point guards thought like chess players. They weren't trying to win every possession individually, they were trying to win the game. And now, the biggest shift wasn't a player, it was the rules. The NBA gradually eliminated hand checking and emphasized freedom of movement. Suddenly, quick guards had far more space to attack, the game sped up, spacing improved, three-point shooting exploded. Analytics also changed how teams viewed offenses. Long two-point jumpers became inefficient, three-pointers and layups became the priority. Instead of waiting for the offense to develop, teams wanted their best creator attacking immediately. That meant the point guard wasn't just initiating the offense anymore. The point guard was the offense. If there was one player who accelerated this transformation, it was one Stephen Curry. Curry wasn't the first great shooter, but he proved that shooting from 30 feet could become an offensive system rather than just a highlight. Defenses suddenly had to pick him up far beyond the three-point line. I mean, that stretched the floor unlike anything the league had ever seen. His off-ball movement also forced defenders into impossible decisions. Most point guards before Curry dominated the ball. Curry could destroy offenses without even touching it. And what was the result? Young guards everywhere stopped dreaming about becoming the next Stockton. They wanted to become the next Curry. Youth basketball changed. Players practiced step-back threes instead of entry passes. Deep range became a necessity. The position became more explosive and more scoring-oriented. Today's elite guards reflect that evolution, right? Luka Dončić isn't a traditional point guard in size, but he controls every possession. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander combines elite scoring with patient playmaking. Morant constantly pressures the rim. Trae Young blends deep shooting with high-level passing. Jalen Brunson scores efficiently while controlling tempo. These players still create for teammates, but their scoring threat is what unlocks everything else. Defenders can't simply play the pass. They're terrified of giving up 35 points. That's a fundamental difference from previous eras. And now look around in today's NBA. Nikola Jokic initiates Denver's offense. LeBron James has often functioned as his team's primary playmaker regardless of position. Giannis Antetokounmpo frequently starts possessions with the ball. Even big wings now act as offensive hubs. Basketball has become increasingly positionless. Instead of asking who's the point guard, teams ask who makes the best decision with the ball. And that distinction matters. The responsibility hasn't disappeared, it's simply spread across different types of players. And now, while today's game is more dynamic offensively, there's a fair debate about what has been lost. Some former players argue that true game management has become less common. Possessions can become rushed, isolation basketball is more prevalent. Young guards often develop scoring instincts before learning how to organize an offense. On the other hand, modern players face far more defensive complexity. The job isn't easier, it's just different. The best modern guards still manipulate defenses, but they often do so through the threat of scoring first. The next evolution may be even more fascinating. Players like Cooper Flagg and other oversized creators suggest that traditional positional labels may continue to fade. Instead of defining players as point guards or forwards, teams increasingly prioritize skills. Can you handle the ball? Can you create advantages? Can you make the right read? Can you shoot? Can you defend multiple positions? If the answer is yes, you'll have the ball in your hands regardless of your listed position. The league is moving toward basketball without rigid positional boundaries. The traditional point guard isn't extinct. The role has evolved, right? The best playmakers still control the pace, create opportunities, and make their teammates better. The difference is that today's floor generals are expected to be elite scorers also. In today's NBA, passing alone is not enough. You have to threaten defenses as a scorer before your playmaking can truly flourish. The question isn't whether the point guard has disappeared, it's whether we've been looking at the position the wrong way all along. Because in modern basketball, anyone can be the point guard as long as they can think the game, create offense, and make the right decision under pressure. So, what do you think? Is the traditional point guard gone for good? Or will the league eventually swing back towards pass first floor generals? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoy these type of videos, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.